You want to go to war? We'll take you to war, okay?
It's one of the hottest movies ever made.
This is the all-time greatest movie.
Never seen nothing like that.
Nigga, that shit was a fucking Bible.
It was like an adrenaline rush.
Any American in motherfucking America got a motherfucking Scarface movie.
Oh, what? I got some shit that'll kill you.
I took on the Scarface name, man, because that was me, man.
I done watched this movie 63 times.
I want the world should go.
And everything in it.
Get money, get money, get money, get money, get money.
You wanna make money?
The ultimate ghetto superhero.
Tony Montana, there's a ticking time bomb ready to explode.
Hey!
Ready to blow your fucking brains out.
That was gangsta.
He'd possibly kill you.
As a comic book lover, you love Batman. If you was out in the streets, you love Scarface.
Say good night to the bad guy.
That's gangster, nigga. Call me Scarface.
I think people don't realize the importance of a flick like this. You know what I mean? You got something that failed in the box office, but became a ghetto classic.
Brian De Palma, like, I don't even know if he knows, like, of the impact that shit had on America, period.
As time goes on, this movie gets bigger and bigger.
That movie had a big effect on LA, period, you know? There's a lot of Latinos, you know, Mexicans here, and to see Latinos doing it that big on a screen, you know, that was real big for us, you know?
They started a lot of slang, like you soft, yayo.
Chichi, get the yayo.
The shit had niggas calling that coca yayo. I know that much. That was the first time I heard that, get the yayo.
Chichi, get the yayo.
Oh, that's where that came from? You know what I mean? Oh, that's what he was talking about?
Fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. I buried those cockroaches.
You know, I look at Scarface as, like I said, a ghetto tale. I don't look at Scarface as a drug movie.
It's way beyond selling coke and selling drugs. It's about coming up.
So what do you call yourself? Como se llama?
Antonio Montana.
Tony was a bad motherfucker, man.
Tony Montana, man. He did do things, man. You know what I mean?
Niggas wanna be Tony Montana.
People love that he was so determined to get where he needed to get. And I think a lot of guys just feel like, yo, you know what? Like, this dude he had balls, and he made it happen.
Scarface represented the capitalistic society that we live in, but, you know, it also represented that you don't have to conform to society in order to quote-unquote make it.
We all are savages in pursuit of the American dream. Rappers relate to that because that's how we come up.
He falls into the anti-hero category, and that's where he's actually doing wrong, but the crowd is rooting for him because he's come from nothing, you know, and, you know, he rose to the top. So I guess in hip-hop, I guess that's what attracts people to his character.
Hip-hop, especially street hip-hop, is always about, like, you know what I'm saying, the come up of a rapper from the hood.
His attitude was basically from nothing to a lot of something, you know what I mean? And that's basically the rapper's mentality, you know. Before we started making records, we weren't sitting on Bentleys. We were sitting on the stoop or something.
Scarface kind of gave it to a lot of people that this is the American dream, that you can have the world.
This is paradise, I'm telling you. This town like a great big pussy, just waiting to get fucked.
We were just happy to see another cat that had nothing making it, no matter how he was getting it.
When you're some type of an entrepreneur, you have your own business and you're working hard, a lot of the homies can relate to that whole phrase, the world is mine, you know what I mean?
He came from nothing. We seen him come from nothing and have to struggle to even just get his citizenship to where he had to get his hustle on and turn nothing into something.
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
One of the things about hip hop is about, you know, empowerment at all costs. And Scarface was about empowerment at all costs. And when you see that, it kind of inspires you not to take no for an answer.
I guess what inspired me most about the movie, man, was this cat was just like me.
I come from the gutter. I could go right to the top.
I knew right then, man, if that dude could do it like that, man, just come over here with nothing and leave away from here with everything I knew for a fact that was for me.
Tony, he was like a lot of us was backed up against the wall. He had to fight to try to make it in this world. And that's one of the reasons why minorities relate to it so much, especially like black inner city minorities. Drug dealing and drug selling was like one of the only ways we saw an out.
My favorite scene was when he was basically on his way out of here and when he got set up with the Colombians.
Hola, ¿cómo va todo, pana?
So you got the money?
So, you got the money?
You got the stuff?
You got your stuff?
You want me to walk back in? We start all over again?
Okay. You want me to come in? We start over again, man?
When Shorty, she's sitting there on the bed and he looks up there and he says, what's her name? Marga or Margot or something like that? And she just looks at him and then looks back at the TV. That was gangster. I was like, wow. She pulled that shit out underneath the pillow and said something, don't you move, you son.
One of the most hardcore scenes was when the dude, when him tie up him brother in the bath, in upstairs, and the man blew a radio and I watch girl. I never know saying brother get chopped up. That was a crazy scene with a hacksaw. What do you call that thing? A chainsaw.
But as a true trooper, he ran up on the guy and showed him why, you know, he should be respected and be Tony Montana. Tony Montana, he himself embodied being the opportunist. He himself embodied being moral. He himself embodied being loyal, being honorable.
Somebody fucked up.
They're sewing up his boy in the bathtub, but he wasn't going to compromise the deal. You know, he had a mission and he was going to carry it out, you know, no matter what happened. You know, he wasn't going to rap.
Loyalty setting in right now, man. You got 2 keys, you got the money, you could have just cut. But he took it to Frank.
You still got the money?
Yeah. And I got the yayo.
You love that. Like, he comes back with the money in his own. And you love that he calls homeboy like, no, I need to see your boss.
Fuck you. I ain't taking it to look past myself.
Like, you love that he's so determined.
Even though Tony was like in a wild game that we all know is a crazy game, you know what I'm saying? He had his principles, he had his morals, you know what I'm saying? And you can basically trust Tony, man.
You gotta stick to your word, man. Your word. All I got is my word, my balls. I don't break it for nobody. You heard me?
All I have in this world is my balls and my word. And I don't break them for no one.
You know, the machismo of Latinos is to be a man's man and to stay to your word.
He could just tell that Tony was genuine, you know what I'm saying? Even though they was in a crooked game, they knew Tony's heart was like, you know, he was truthful, you know what I'm saying?
I like you, Tony. There's no lying in you.
He was an upstanding gangster, which is rare. He played by rules and morals.
There's a certain code you gotta live by in the street, man.
Lesson number 1. Don't underestimate the other guy's dream.
Lesson number 2.
Don't get high on your own supply.
That's right. Lesson number 2. Don't get high on your own supply. Of course, not everybody follows the rules, huh?
Everybody should have rules. Everybody should have rules and parameters they set for themselves. Only thing is you gotta stick to them rules.
The thing is, with success is the more you get, the more you want, the more you need.
Me, I want what's coming to me. The world should go. And everything in it.
Don't have anything, and you get to a certain point where you can't get it. You want the whole world to know that I got it.
What's he got? I don't have.
Flash, pizzazz, and a little coke money doesn't hurt